We're going to work on some door panels. Went to look up door panels to see what they cost. They want $400 for door panels for these things. And for the green car, the one we're doing good, I may end up just doing that. I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll just buy a whole interior package. But for the blue one, the one that we were going to just use for a parts car, that one's getting the cheapest of everything we can possibly do. And so I'm going to snag those panels off of the green one since we're already tearing the interior out. And we're going to make some door panels. Hopefully it'll end up going in this in the blue one. I'm going to pull off this door panel. Seen better days. Oh, that's not even holding anything. All right. Wow. There you are. Right. I turned off the AC, the fan, and the radio, and it's eerily quiet in here. It's not the right tool, but maybe we can get it. Got the tool at home. Don't have it here. All right. I'm an impatient kind of guy. I didn't want to wait. I have bunches of Allen wrenches from what we found in the trash, so I just cut one off to make it work. On the handles, there'll be like a built-up area. You'll see like two little marks that hold the clip out away from the body of the handle, and you just need to get underneath of that, between those built-up areas, to pull those clips out. Use the Dremel to cut out the old staples for that window felt, the seal that goes up against the glass, to get that off of there. When we put the new one on, we'll just use pop rivets.
lots of wire brush, wire wheel, sanding, to get rid of the rust that had built up on those metal top pieces. Had to grind down the built up metal areas where they had basically like riveted the top pieces to the side cards, the boards. We just had to grind that off so that it would sit flat up against our new boards. Rust converter. Weren't able to get every last bit of rust out of those pores and stuff on the metal, so we just hit it with rust converter to make sure that we had encapsulated it, whatever was left. I was able to save the cards enough to trace out the pattern, and the bottoms were really rough on the old ones, but I was able to, by mixing and matching, I could flip one if one had a bad corner or something, then I could use the panel from the other door and just flip it upside down to get the, to trace off of. But if you didn't have your old boards, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. You could just put some plastic, hang it on the door, and you'll just get some clear plastic like they sell at Walmart, and you could trace out what you needed real easy. We haven't brought many tools down to the shop here yet. Just using everything that we found out of the trash, and so hadn't brought any drill bits down. And so you'll see we use 3 different styles of drill bits to accomplish what we're doing here. But so we're just mixing and matching the junk we pulled out of the trash. We happen to have all of the sizes though, and just they don't all look the same. So I still haven't brought any drill bits down here. We were able to find what we needed to find. The boards that we used, just got some 3/16 particle board stuff at Home Depot. I like to try to grab stuff out of the trash whenever I can, just because it's entertaining, gives me something to do. But I wanted to get these made, so I just went and bought them. They're a little thicker than what the original boards were, and so we'll have to deal with a little bit of the fallout from that later on. Nothing big. if I had it to do again and had nothing but time on my hands, wasn't in a hurry to get it done, could probably find something to make those sideboards out of. The back of a piece of furniture, you know, off of a dresser would probably work really well. Or the interior hollow core doors, if you like peeled the outer skin off of that door panel, that probably would work real well. But I just wanted to get them done, so I just went and bought it.
Since these panels are a little thicker than the ones that came off of there, we need to thin them up a little bit to where the clips slide in. Make them fit better. Test fit to make sure we're going the right direction. Everything looks good so far. So we got a card that fits. Just keep moving forward. I'm gonna experiment a little bit, see how we want to go about attaching that metal top piece to the side card. I'm going to use rivets for sure, just how I want to put those in is what we're going to play with a little bit. That card's a little bit of a tight fit,
up against the door. I mean, it's not bad, but use a little thicker material for that. So basically what I'm saying is we're gonna have to make sure that the rivets don't stick out a ton on the back side of that board. I mean, not a big deal, but just something we have to be aware of. First, we put it in this way. You're supposed to grip up to a 1/4 inch. This way. I already know what's gonna happen there, don't we? No, let's try it. See it. Grind that down pretty quick. 3/16. That seems good. I think that's what we're going to do. Okay. Pretty similar to how the originals were done. Let's try one more. 3/16 going the other direction. I had said 3/16 when I was putting that rivet in. It's actually 1/8 inch hold. Might be better yet. I don't know. It'll hold better, but this would be easier to cover with the foam. I should have the grinder just a little bit. I think I might like that. Yep, that's what we're doing. 3/16, insert it from the back, give it a quick grind. That's the answer for me. Works for me. Well, we've got the panels made,
and test fitted them, so we know we're good there. Now it's time to wrap the things. Never done anything like this before, so it's kind of trying to figure out something that, you know, I mean, it'd be pretty simple just to put some flat vinyl over it. I've got some 1/8" thick foam, just, you know, put an 1/8" sheet on it and then wrap it with some flat vinyl, but that would just be boring as hell. So trying to figure out some way to give it some character, but also keep it simple so that I can do it. Got some flooring pulled out of the trash. I can find better if I'm patient, but I just grabbed what I saw. Unfortunately, a lot of it is very rustic looking, which looks really good on floors, but not so great on a door panel. But this piece is halfway okay. The vinyls don't match that great. When you're ordering different products online, I guess that's just bound to happen. To get a perfect match would be, just have to get lucky, I guess. But there'll be a lot of shadows there inside the car, so I'm not super worried about the match. Let's try to figure out some way to give this thing some character and still keep it simple.
And we're gonna go ahead and finish this up in a second video, because this is getting way too long, longer than anybody's gonna wanna watch. So we'll be coming back with a part 2 where we actually get these new cards covered.